Talks Wrestling. This is your host, Tony Tiger. I am joined by my co-host.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Martini Charles Haroldson III, but you could call me
First of
Monty
all,
Haroldson.
first of all, I don't give a fuck about your co-host, Tony. You should be presenting me to your public, to your audience. But because you can't do it, let me do it myself. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yankee TDM, The Difference Maker. If you didn't know that after Biddy, you know now. Thank you for having me, Tony.
Thank you for joining, Yankee. I apologize about that. Let's get started with what are your origins in backyard wrestling? What got you started in backyard wrestling?
Nothing really got me started back in wrestling. I wanted to do it, I love wrestling overall. At the time, I was training, and I wanted to do it in my own house. Me and my friends got together, and we decided to start building makeshift rings. And next thing I know, I have this little federation called GAW, and from there, I didn't really watch anybody. So, it wasn't like I was very into BYW stuff. I just didn't watch it. I just loved doing wrestling, and I knew that I was going to be able to do it at my own house. And I did it with a couple of friends. Next thing I know, I'm doing it for a while and still here.
All right. That's how we got started. Now we do know the main backyard company that we know you from is BEW New York. What got you started in BEW New York?
I actually, before I hit BEW, I had left backyard wrestling. I was going through some stuff, personal stuff, and I left backyard wrestling for a while. I thought I was going to be for good. The next thing I know, believe it or not, I met this guy named Paul Peterson. Everybody knows Paul Peterson. I met him, and next thing I know, I'm talking to the king of the mountain, Navon McDonald. It's lit. Yo, it's lit. Yeah, that guy. I ended up talking to him. Next thing I know, me and him became good friends. And he told me about BEW. And he said, look, listen, maybe you should come down here and check it out and, get back in your roots, And I was like, I don't know. I was kind of skeptical. One day I showed up and checked it out. And I got there and there's a couple of people already there that at the time I didn't know. But Jordan Oliver, people like that, they were there, and I showed up, did what I had to do, and the next thing you know, I'm being put in a match with the same guy that I met, Paul Peterson. Mm-hmm. That was a rough match to watch. That was rough.
Right.
I almost broke his fucking neck. I almost broke his neck.
It was definitely not the best match or time for Paul Peterson, I would imagine.
He shouldn't be there. See what happened? This is what happened right here. This is what happened, Tony. Now go ahead, Martini. I know you probably embarrassed because I cut you off in the beginning, but I know you want to ask one of your stupid questions.
So, I could see as you just flashed that Murder Club shirt, I figured we could start talking about that. What is the origin story of the Murder Club?
I think you're speeding. I'm not going to answer your questions because I'm not here for you. I'm here for Tony. So when Tony asks that question, that's what I'm going to answer to.
Hey.
Shut up, Martini. Go ahead, Tony, after you. I'm sorry. I apologize. I just have to. A wise man once said, I got bitches and I got to keep them in check. You know who said that?
Who said that?
Who?
You know who said that?
Who said that?
And you haven't been watching Biddy at all, so. Come on.
He apparently hasn't been because it was you.
No, it was not me. It was Cameron Jackson. He said it's a cage in his promo package.
You're right. I bet. Yeah, we'll delve into that a little bit here later, but going off of what Martini was asking, I would like to know about the origins of the Murder Club. Where did it come about from?
That was a great question, Tony. Wow. I wish your partner could do that job. He doesn't even know what. That's a great question. So let me tell you exactly where the Murder Club came from. The Murder Club came as an idea of a Spanish stable. It was supposed to be me, Shadow Grim, and David Loel. It didn't work out that way, and I took the idea and I made it my own. And I said, look, I want to build something more than a stable. I want to build a family. I want to build a foundation for wrestlers all over the backyard community could come into and represent where they're from. Next thing I know, Rick Rios, Nick Somas, TJ Sakara, Jason Atlas, all those guys come to me and say, look, let's do this. Let's make it happen. So we became, the pioneers, like instead of 4 horsemen, the 5 horsemen, you know what I mean, of the Murder Club. And we ran with it. And as of right now, we're probably one of the most scariest group in backyard wrestling. We have people the likes of Evan Blake, people the likes of, as you've seen on Biddy, Dirty the Chico, D-Lock. Rick Rios always been there. We got other members that I don't not want to speak of because they're doing other things with their careers, but they're there, and when they're called into action, they will show up.
Right. Well, speaking of one Evan Blake, what brought about the whole proposition the night before Best in the Yard 3 to have him join Murder Club?
Well, the night before Best in the Yard, I met with Evan Blake, and I literally gave him an offer that he couldn't refuse. Evan Blake was going through some stuff in his company, and he was kind of skeptical. He thought that person was going to come down and interfere on his Best in the Yard match and help. And I guaranteed Evan Blake that will not happen as long as he has my back. The man kept his word. I kept my word. Nobody interfered in the match. He came out victorious.
Right? And to me, honestly, that was a little shocking. I wasn't expecting Evan Blake to come out.
Of course you wasn't expecting that. Why? Because you want good guys to bring the golden shovel and bury guys like Evan Blake. It's not going to happen, all right? Evan Blake went to VTW, their house, their home turf, and defeated one of the most talked about prospects in the roster. Made a mockery out of Jamal Payne. And now Evan Blake is chilling with the big dogs. The people that run the place right here. Hey, the Murder Club, backyard wrestling. Backyard wrestling is not backyard wrestling without the Murder Club. Simple as that. Simple as that, man.
I would have to agree with you as of right now. When you think of backyard wrestling, pretty much one of the first things you think of is Murder Club.
Of course, why not? Why not? We're a dominant. We're a dominant force. You look at the names: Rick Rios, Somas, Yankee, the Chico, D-Lock, and the list goes on and on. What I cannot. I mean, you already know Casey James. You know Victor Van Pelt, right. Evan Blake, and everybody was shocked. Static, but Static is a good friend of mine, believe it or not. But I think that him showing up at Biddy and for my entrance wasn't a right move because you don't know where this is going to lead. You know what I mean?
Right.
Tyler Aiken's still there.
He is.
You know?
Speaking of Tyler Aiken, that can do a little segue into your match that you had with him in the first round of the King of the Yard tournament.
Tyler Aiken is a great competitor. He is. He's really good. He's not afraid if you're bigger than him, smaller than him, taller than him, fatter. It doesn't matter. Tyler Aiken is going to go there. He's going to wrestle his ass off. Unfortunately, he slapped me. That was a mistake he made. He should never slap me. And everybody knows I bitch slapped the fuck out of him. And, we went at it for a little bit. And then, of course, Static. He put his hands on me. Next thing you know, I'm powerbombing Tyler Aiken outside of the ring on top of Static. And I picked up the victory. Simple as that. 1, 2, 3. Over.
I'd have to say that powerbomb was probably one of the highest points of that match, in my opinion. And I agree, it did lead into the victory for you.
Of course. It was. It was really a moment that everybody, it was like an oh my God moment. Like,
right.
Everybody was expecting me to finish him right there, but why do that when I could finish 2 birds in 1 stone?
Good point. especially when he had Ecstatic out there in the first place and you were out there all by yourself. So now,
A lot of people knew. A lot of people figured that he had the advantage because he had Static on his side. You know what I mean?
right.
But I come prepared. I think I have a really good game plan every time I go somewhere and I wrestle people. So that's what happened.
Fair enough. From there, we would move on to the second round of the King of the Yard tournament, where you would have what some people are calling the best match of the tournament so far against Mr. Judgment.
Me and Judgment, do not like. I repeat, we do not like each other. We respect each other. He stays on his lane, I stay on mine. I'm pretty sure that our lanes are going to cross again because they crossed before. But asked us off in that match, and we give the fans what they wanted, a high caliber match. But of course, I came out victorious. You know why? Because it's me. It's me. I am the best there is when it comes to backyard wrestling. And, you know, and maybe to you I'm not one of the best, but you have to classify me as one of the best. Point blank and period.
Right? I would have to agree.
And I show him respect. I show Judgment respect. Judgment, if you're listening to this and you're watching this, hey, kudos to you, man.
Yeah, we even seen the mutual respect between you two after the match was over, too. So
Yeah, of course, but I have to keep him on check, you know. I have to keep him on check because I was ready to fight. And who knows, maybe I'll be in WW. Maybe I bring Rick Rios with me, you know.
yeah, that'd be something worth watching if it happens down the line.
Of course. Martini's awfully quiet over there.
That he has been.
I don't know. Like, I felt offended last time.
Shut up, Martini. Go ahead, Tony.
After that match, we would go into the quarterfinal match that you had with Nick Somas, another member of the Murder
My
Club.
brother, Nick Somas. Nick Somas is my brother. But something that everybody in Murder Club have in common is that we have the right mindset when it comes to wrestling. Is a business, nothing more. And if we're in the ring together and we have to get through each other to get to where we want to get, we have to do what we got to do. At the end of the day, it's a brotherhood, it's a business, and we're not going to let that break us apart. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me and Somas went to war. We went to war, man. Somas, he's a tough SOB, and he put me through hell and back on the match. But at the end of the day, I caught him slipping, pop-up powerbomb. It was over.
It was a very impressive pop-up powerbomb to win that match, in my opinion, as well.
Thank you. Inside out.
Yes, it was inside out. One of the, I would say, most vicious, possibly, pop-up powerbombs that you've delivered. So
Yeah. It was a hell of a match, man, and a hell of a performance by him and me.
Yep, I would agree. So that brings us into the semifinals. You've got a match coming up against Cameron Jackson.
Cameron Jackson. A lot of people don't know this, but me and Cameron Jackson started together at BEW. We actually really good friends. But again, it's a business. And in this business, we got to do what we got to do to be successful. And if I have to go through Cameron Jackson, I'm going to do it. At the end of the day, Cameron, you better pack a lunch because it's work. You know, we're going to go to work and we're going to see who really is the tough SOB 16 when we get in that ring together.
Right? I know it's definitely a match I'm looking forward to seeing. You and Cam.
Everybody could classify it as a dream match. You know what I mean? This doesn't happen often. This me and Cameron Jackson, we are in two different lanes. So for this to happen, it's kind of like unique. You know what I mean? Because he has his style, I have my style, and I'm sure that we're going to tear the house down. There's no way that we're not going to. We're going to tear the house down, and it's just a dream match waiting to happen. And you guys will witness this dream match only on King of the Yard.
Yeah, and I know, I'm sure Cam will bring out whatever he can for that match, even after what it took for him to win his last match to get to this match. That Afro shock off the top rope to Dustin Reagan. Man, that was pretty nice.
That was pretty nice. But hey, hit it on me? I don't think so.
Yeah, I can't really see that happening, to be honest with you.
He better go back home, get his drawing board, draw a big nice plan, and make sure he could come with a technique to get me, because he ain't gonna get me like that.
Fair enough.
And speaking of BEW programming, and you and Cameron Jackson, you guys are
You hear that? You hear that?
Yeah.
you guys are co-producers of a show with new up-and-coming stars, Proving Grounds.
A little voice actually made a really good question. Yes. Again, I don't knock Cameron Jackson. Me and Cameron Jackson are great friends. Um, Backstage, we are working on we have been working on a show to bring the new up and coming stars of backyard wrestling into the light, be able to give them a chance to shine. You know, guys like Paul Peterson, guys like Zach Hellhound, Diablo, guys that did not have the moment they deserved in the main in a main roster or on a main level because of the whatever you want to say, maybe the ability of other superstars are taking over their shadowing them. Well, for that, Proving Ground shows you that these guys are not pushovers. Proving Ground shows you that these guys are here to stay. These guys are here to make a name. In fact, and I quote, and everybody's seen this a bitty, Proving Ground, Victor Van Pelt went one-on-one with Kevin Shaw at Biddy. If that doesn't tell you that Proving Ground is here to stay and is here to make a name for itself, then I don't know. I don't know what tells you. Pre-show, Dagan Raw. Proving Ground, he's a Proving Ground guy.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Sakara, Aaron Jones, also another Proving Ground guy. You get what I'm trying to say? These guys are out there. Of course, I mean, you follow TJ Sakara. I follow TJ Sakara for a long time. We know that he went in UWE. He went right to Proving Ground and showed that he belonged as well, because, believe it or not, TJ Sakara is the person we need in the roster to make sure all this new talent knows that, you need to put up or shut up.
Right, yeah, you got to have a little bit of a veteran experience from one person at least on the roster, in my opinion, to
Yeah, of course.
keep everybody
And
up.
and there's more to come. There's more to come in Proving Ground, but I'm not going to spoil it here. There's more to come in Proving Ground. I've been in the talk with a lot of guys from different federations that are willing to come to Proving Ground, and they belong. Everybody wants that new shiny, So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I know we've seen only 2 episodes of Proving Ground so far, but you guys have just recently debuted a new Proving Ground YouTube channel, and have
Yes.
and you also
That's gonna have a lot of that channel is gonna have a lot of extra content, interviews. Every so often, I'm hoping to do maybe like a live Q&A with wrestlers. Fans can be able to show up there and ask questions and be able to communicate with the Proving Ground roster. Again, special content, interviews. Also, we are an exclusive BEW show, but our shows will air in both channels. So if you're not subscribed to BEW, I don't know why you're not. You should. But if so happens that you're subscribed to BEW and not Proving Ground, make sure you do subscribe to Proving Ground as well, because in Proving Ground and the channel itself, you will have so much extra content. You know what I mean? You're going to have things that you're not going to have on that channel. They're going to be in the Proving Ground channel. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I just want to hype up that it was announced that Proving Ground has their first mega event coming up here shortly. And
I hope so. I really do hope so. We've been having a lot of technical, stuff. A lot of video problems and technical difficulties. But you know what? That's something that we could all expect coming from backyard wrestling community. We all have those setbacks. And what makes us stronger is to pick that up and keep moving forward. And if it doesn't happen, because God knows what technical difficulty we're going to have next, we're trying our best to get it out there. We're trying our fullest to get it out there. The whole squad is working on this. And if so happen that we don't get it out there to you guys, I still promise you that we will tell you everything that happened on Showcase, and we'll cover through interviews, and we'll cover through, you know, what we got to do in order to get the information out to you so you could keep up with the episodes. All right, so you won't be left behind, okay?
Fair enough.
Again, we're working our hardest. I hope you guys understand. We're working our hardest to get this out there to you guys, but things happen, you know. We're only human.
It's true. I know if it does get showcased, pun intended there, that the main event's supposed to be Victor Van Pelt challenging for Paul Peterson's Proving Ground Championship.
Yes, the main event is supposed to be Victor Van Pelt challenging Paul Peterson for the Proving Ground Championship. Paul Peterson, man, he's an underdog. He's everything that you know, aspired to be, because nobody want to be an underdog. Everybody want to be on the top, but he's everything that other guys are not. You know, he knows that he needs to fight to stay on top. He knows that he have to put up with, you know, the bullying and the talk over Twitter that people, you know, God knows how many people tell him, man, you fucking suck. Get over it. You know, he knows he got to get over that. You know what I mean? Right. But Paul Peterson is a fighter. He's always going to continue to move forward, whether people like him or not. You know what I mean? He's going to move forward because he's there to prove that he belongs with the big guys. Big guys like the likes of Cameron Jackson, the likes of me, the likes of Navon McDonald, you know, big guys. He want to prove that he belongs. And Proving Ground is a great show for him because here he will show that he belongs. Now, on the other hand, you got Victor Van Pelt. Victor Van Pelt, about anybody. He's hungry and he wants it. And if he wants it, he's going to go after it. So, I mean, we've seen episode 1, we've seen episode 2. Pelt, after the controversial loss that he suffered, episode 1, you remember Paul Peterson got instigiri in the ropes by TJ Sakara, and he landed on top of Victor Van Pelt. He landed on his shoulder, and the referee counted it.
Right.
And I don't blame the referee. That was a good call. He saw the pin. Mm-hmm. If 2 shoulders are down and another man is on top of the other one, 1, 2, 3 is over.
Right.
You know what I mean? He called it. TJ Sakara wasn't happy. But Victor Van Pelt, second round, he faced TJ Sakara for the number 1 contendership, and he was hungry. Both guys put up a great match, but Victor Van Pelt was the most hungry guy at the end.
Right.
And tune in. You know, go and see the show. I know a lot of people are saying, well, you know, Biddy and the Victor Van Pelt situation, and everybody's going bananas on Twitters, but tune in because there's a hell of a show put up for you guys. There's a hell of matches that the Proving Ground roster and the staff worked on so hard to give you guys. You know, you're gonna have guys like the likes of Hellhound. You're gonna have, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Bone Daddy. You know, Striker. And it's more chances to tune in. And who doesn't want to see open challenge? Mm-hmm. That man in the microphone has one of the most smartest mouths I know. Everything he says is knowledge. The way he talks. Half of the shit that he says I don't even fucking understand. It's fucking cool. So who doesn't want to see something like that? Come on. Right. Owen Devine, open challenge. Who's going to accept? I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'd agree. I can't wait to see who accepts that either. I haven't seen much of Owen Devine myself, but the little bit I have seen in Proving Ground episode 2, he caught my attention more so than anybody else did in that episode, to be honest with you.
Well, if he could pull you in with a promo, imagine what he could do. You know, you never know. I mean, Owen Devine, when I saw the Owen Devine promo on episode 2, wow. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because his mic skills are like,
incredible.
He just, you know, he has you glued to him. You need to hear what he has to say. because he's good in the mic. He's good verbally, you know. So imagine what he's going to do in the ring. I'm honestly, I'm excited. I want to know who's going to answer the challenge of Owen Devine in the Proving Ground showcase.
Right. I do know he did face Johnny Reed in the first round of the King of the Yard tournament, and I was quite impressed with his in-ring abilities in that match too. So.
What happened? What did you say?
So I know I was pleasantly surprised by his in-ring abilities when he went against Johnny Reed in the first round of the King of the Round tournament as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, those two guys, man, they're great guys together. You know, I just honestly, I'm more into what's going to happen at Showcase and who's going to step up to challenge Owen Devine.
Right.
And whoever it is, Owen Devine is in a mission. He wants a Proving Ground Championship. You heard it. He said it. He said it. He doesn't know why they didn't include him in this title match, but he wants it, and he's going to do whatever it takes. So we'll see where he goes from there. You know.
Yeah, I know. I'll definitely be interested in seeing where he goes from there.
Of course, yeah.
Just a little bit of time he's gotten my attention at least. I don't know about other people's, but
yeah.
And speaking of the King of the Yard tournament, when you wrestled a guy named Judgment, he does run a company called DBW, and from what I've been hearing, you and Rick Rios, and you two representing the Murder Club, both plan on heading down there.
You've been hearing what? What have you been hearing? Rumors? Do you even follow me on Twitter?
I do, yes.
Look, DVW is there, and we just happen to want to go down there and experiment and see what's going on. That's all. That's all. Whether it's Judgment or Blaze or Paradox or whoever wants to put their foot in front of us, we're gonna go and we're gonna see what's good with DVW. And if DVW could put up, then who knows, we might stay there. We might even go for tag team gold. Is that what you want to hear, Martini?
Yeah, I would like to see a Murder Club run with the tag team gold down at DVW.
Well, you know what? You never know. It could happen. Maybe. Go ahead, Tony. Ask your question. This guy Martini is like, I don't know, he's kind of like cuckoo or something. He's kind of a little weird.
Well, if you want to bring up tag team titles, I believe it was either you or Rick Rios, one or the other, mentioned on Twitter that you guys might be heading to several different companies to aim for some tag team gold.
Yeah. Me and Rick Rios, you know, we just have a couple of years left. Maybe I don't know how many, but we want to make it count. I mean, we made the Murder Club a relevant thing. We made a Murder Club like everybody knows who we are now. Everybody knows who the Murder Club is. Everybody knows that we are one of the toughest SOBs in the backyard community, if not the toughest. You know, because we have guys, again, like the likes of Rick Rios, Nick Somas, D-Lock, Dirty the Chico, me. You know, you have guys there that I cannot mention for reasons. But we're very talented. We're a very talented group of individuals. And me and Rick Rios, we decided maybe it's time for the Godfathers of the Murder Club to go out there and represent real hardcore and show the fans what we're about. You know what I mean? Whether you love us or hate us, it doesn't matter because you're still talking about us. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Point blank and period. As long as you're talking about us, we're going to continue to do what we love to do. Whether you love us or hate us. You know how much hate mail I get every day? Hate mail.
Probably a lot.
All the time. People challenging me that I don't even know.
Right.
For matches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand. I hear you. I know there was.
I must be doing something right.
I know there was one individual in particular who was challenging you right after Best in the Yard on Twitter to a match.
Let's not go there, man.
You don't want to bring it up?
I'm not giving this guy 15 seconds of fame over my interview. he could go to his house, look at his brother, give him a microphone, and do his own little interview at the house, challenging me for stupid shit that I'm never gonna answer because he's nobody.
Right. Now I'm gonna let a cat out of the bag, so as to speak here. I have been in talks with Rick Rios on Twitter and TJ Sakara,
The man.
and
The man.
revealing now that a future Tiger Talks Wrestling episode will feature the Murder Club.
Oh yeah. The Murder Club.
Just plain and simple, the Murder Club. I don't know who else is going to be a part of it. I know Ricky and TJ are both.
You can't say Murder Club without me. I'm gonna be there.
Yep, I know. I was going to say, and I'm sure
I'm gonna be there. Rick Rios is gonna be there. TJ Sakara is gonna be there. I don't know who else, but whoever wants to show up from the Murder Club, show up, man. It's gonna happen. I'm down. Whatever. Let's do it, man.
Yep, I know. I'm looking forward to it, and perhaps I'm not guaranteeing it, but this might be my first live broadcast on YouTube.
I'll be great. I'll be honored. I'll be honored to do this, man.
All right.
Because I appreciate what you do, man. You put your software out there and you record us and you bring all this to the fans to be able to see what we do and what we love to do. But I don't like this guy right here, Martini. I don't like him. I think you should cut him off and let him do something else. Maybe pick up your bags or something. I don't know.
Well, maybe.
This is my job, man. I mean, I barely get paid anything.
You don't get paid shit.
I was gonna say, you get paid from who?
You don't get paid nothing. You understand that? Nothing. No money, no nothing. You're nobody.
I was told I was gonna get paid 62 cents an hour.
You're not. Shut up. You're not gonna get paid. Tony, let's continue this interview. I don't got time to waste.
All right.
Unbelievable.
We did
Unbelievable.
go a little off topic, but I want to go back to King of the Yard for a moment. We talked about your match against Cameron Jackson, which I'm very much so looking forward to and can't wait to see how that one turns out. But there's one other match in the semifinals that's taking place.
Don't do this, man. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. What you gonna say? Your boyfriend, Zach Daniels?
Not quite, but yes, Zach Daniels is facing AK-47 in that match.
So what do you want me to say?
What is your prediction of how that match is going to come out? The outcome?
AK-47.
It's plain and simple, just AK-47. That's
Point blank. You want to know why? Because wherever Zach Daniels is at, I just don't like it. It's something about the name Zach Daniels that irks me.
Okay.
And I swear to God, Zach, I swear to God, I know that you're going to be. And that was a pun. You're welcome, Cameron Jackson. I swear to God that if you so happen to try to cross your lane, man, I'm going to make you pay, man. I'm going to make you pay. I promise you that. I promise you that.
So my question for you is then you're not interested in all of a possible Best in the Yard rematch for the finals of the King of the Yard then?
Everybody want to see it. Everybody want to see it. Everybody want to see Yankee The Difference Maker versus Zach Daniels, the center. One more time. Tear the house down. Because at Biddy, we did what nobody could do, and it's follow up all those matches, great matches, and we put up a show that nobody ever nobody's gonna forget, man. It's in history now.
Right.
So everybody wants to see Zach Daniels versus Yankee The Difference Maker one more time. But if this happens, the King of the Yard, I'll guarantee you that I would hurt, break, annihilate Zach Daniels. So backyard wrestling could breathe again. Guaranteed.
Fair enough. So any words?
It's not going to happen, though. It's not going to happen. AK-47 is going to destroy him. It's not going to happen.
Okay. Leads me into my question. So what would you have to say to AK-47 then if he is your opponent in the finals of the King of the Yard tournament?
If he is my opponent at the finals, AK-47, great guy. We met before at a reunion.
Yep.
Does anybody remember that? Booted me right on my face.
You did?
Headshot. right on my face, on my jaw. Great kick, but I got back up.
True.
So if that's all you bringing, I ain't gonna do nothing to me, man. You better replan all your movesets, man. You better replan everything you do. You better go home. You better go on your knees and pray to God that I'm not in the finals with you, man. Because if I am, that kick, it's not gonna work.
Now you can't take anything away from what he's had to endure with the rest of the King of the Yard tournament, though, because obviously in the first round he did beat Navon McDonald 3 times, which led into getting attacked by Navon after both of his next 2 matches, which he was victorious over Johnny Reed and Shadow Grim in those 2 rounds.
AK is a tough SOB. He's a tough dude. Tough dude. But guess what, man? I'm tougher. Point blank. That's it. Moving on. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it.
We'll just stay tuned and see how the rest of the King of the Yard tournament goes, and perhaps that will be the finals, you and AK-47.
Who knows? Maybe I'm going to have to retire him. Who knows?
That possibility.
Who knows, man?
So, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but we didn't discuss it fully. I want to go into Best in the Yard 3 a little. We're going to get into your match, but I want to leave that for last since it was the main event. What was your overall opinions of Best in the Yard 3? Complete show.
The pre-show. Okay, you're taking me back to the pre-show?
Sure, let's start with that.
What happened in the pre-show?
The Battle Royal.
Show, Tony.
Before the Battle Royal, obviously we've seen the contract signing between you and
That was a great contract signing.
Yeah. Well, it's a matter of opinion, but I will say this.
Oh, you didn't like it? How come you didn't like the contract signing? We just signed the contract and left.
Yeah, you did more than that. You signed a contract. Murder Club came in. You guys cuffed Zach while you powerbombed his wife through a table.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Tony, I think you're high. I think you've been high watching that show. I just saw a normal contract signing. Me and Diablo, we were watching that.
For once in this whole interview, Martini seems right. And I hate to give him any fucking credit because the dude fucking stinks. But for once, I think he's right. I think you are seeing things.
That's your opinion, but I.
Zach Daniels got what he deserved. He got what he deserved. He got what he deserved. His wife got what she deserved. You want to know why? Because his wife liked to stick her nose where it don't belong. This is grown man business. This is a fight between me and him, not between me and him and her. So why is she always there? Huh?
Well, she wasn't going to be there, but somebody, as in you, pretty much forced her to be there.
I didn't force anybody. I didn't put a gun to her head. You know why she showed up there? Because she's unbreakable. The only thing unbreakable in that contract signing was the fucking table.
That is true.
Because she got broken in half. And he got broken hearted. You saw him crying at the end? He was holding that bitch up like, baby. Grow the fuck up, man. It's a fucking man's world, man. This is a fucking either kill or be killed, man. Simple as that. It is what it is, man. Props to the table. It was great. Because the same table that I used to put that bitch through that didn't break for some fucking reason, I put her man through.
At the end of the night, yes, you did.
That's what you want to hear, Tony? Is that what you want to hear?
Sure, let's go with that for now. I also want to know what your opinion was on the rest of the Best in the Yard card.
Excuse me?
What was your opinion on the rest of the Best in the Yard card? All the other matches that took place?
It was packed. What can I say? It was packed. You got matches like my brother, Rick Rios versus Big Time Mike. You got matches like Cameron Jackson versus Cage. Mm-hmm. The Bat Sons, man. The Bat Sons, man, they had a great match.
That they did.
Come on now. Drew Hood versus Novin.
Hmm.
You had great matches. Tia Sakara, Aaron Jones, D-Lock, Jason Hendricks, Chase Bridges. I mean, if you didn't watch the show, go and watch Best in the Yard 3, man. Enjoy it. 5 hours. We put 5.5 hours of our time to give you guys for free. You don't have to pay this. This is not like a fucking SummerSlam where you pay hundreds of dollars to watch. We did it for free. You know why? Because we love to do this, and this is the type of stuff that we know that you guys are looking for. We give you guys a show all the time. We go out there and we bust our asses. In fact, known fact, in my match with Zach Daniels, I got injured. Okay?
Hmm.
I don't know if you noticed. I think people that watch Best in the Yard knew that when I hit my second suicide, it took me a little bit to get up.
Right.
I have bashed my knees on the concrete. We put our bodies on the line to give you guys a 5.5 hour show, so you guys could enjoy it and you guys could boo or cheer who you wanted boo or cheer, and you guys could sit there and watch us work for your entertainment. We're not superhumans. We're people just like you, who just happen to have a little bit more of an ability and an edge over other people, and we show it by wrestling. But we do get hurt. And I happened to finish my match with Zach Daniels. And now I'm not using that as an excuse. I lost, big deal. Congratulations. I'll pick it up and I move forward and I keep moving forward and I don't look back. Do you understand me?
Got it. I do want to get your opinions on one match in particular during Best of the Yard besides your match. Big Time Mike and Rick Rios.
God.
3 stages of hell match.
What did I think about Big Time Mike and Rick Rios?
Yep.
I bet all my money on Rick Rios. Rick Rios, he's one of the most talented guys I know. There's a reason why they call him the hybrid machine. He's a fucking machine. He's a machine. He has one set goal in mind, and it's to hurt people and walk over them. Big Time Mike, monster. Train wreck. He's just an animal. So having both guys, give me 1 second, I'm sorry. Can you hear me, Tony? You there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I'm sorry about that. I got a call. Having both guys in the ring at the same time was intense, really intense, man. I tell you what, man. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I had a gut feeling that I have to have my brother's back, and I did, you know. And you saw it out there. TJ Sakara was also out there supporting him. It was a big fight for Rick Rios, where he came out on top. And sorry to say it to all the fans that are watching this, but Big Time is no more. You know, it was sad. It was sad because I never got to wrestle Big Time Mike.
Right.
You know, and going into the backyard wrestling scene, that was one of the guys that I figured, you know, I'm with him. But sure happens. The time will come when I have to retire. It happens to everybody.
Right. I know, personally, it was my favorite contest of the show. I hold nothing back. I do have mentioned before, I'll mention it again. Their first match at WrestleCon is pretty much what got me hooked on Rick Rios, to be honest with you, and got me into more watching backyard wrestling, because at that point in time, all I was watching was KBW. I had just found it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I was expecting Rick Rios to win the match, partially because of what the stipulation was, and I kind of had a feeling it was time for Mike to go, and they just tore the house down. Is all I can say about that match, pretty much.
Yeah, they did, man. They're great competitors, man.
Yes, they are. Let's touch on just one more match from Best in the Yard. Novin and Drew Hood.
Man. Novin is a mastermind when it comes to mind games. Novin is not to be taken lightly. Drew Hood, Novin touched Drew Hood, because Drew Hood came out and he wanted Novin. Man, this man, Drew Hood put his on. He just went out there. But when he did show up at Bash in the Yard, he was ready to go to war. He was ready. He was ready. I think it was a hell of a match, and I tell you what, I finished Drew Hood for real and put the nail in the coffin. It was when Drew Hood told the referee not to stop the match, and
I would agree with you.
And he got El Cabon, But I give it up to Drew, man. He's a hell of a fighter, a hell of a competitor, and watching from a fan standpoint, it was a hell of a match.
Right, and it did take 2 guitar shots.
There was a fucking bottle. There was a bottle. Did you realize that? There was a fucking beer bottle bashed across the face of Novin.
Yeah. He still didn't say
what?
That.
Hell of a show. Hell of a match.
From top to bottom, it was one hell of a show.
It was.
If people haven't watched it yet, they definitely need to go to VTW's YouTube channel and watch it. It's worth it. Even though it is 5.5 hours long, it's still very much so worth it.
Yeah. 5.5 hours.
Of blood, sweat, and tears. All 3 are part of that. To which I do say thank you, by the way, to you and all the rest of the guys who put in the time for that, because...
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you appreciate our work.
Yeah, I do. And I try to make sure I mention that on Twitter and on here as much as I can. If it wasn't for you guys putting your bodies on the line, then I wouldn't have nothing to report about.
Yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from. I mean, we put our bodies on the line, man. Especially in a show like Best in the Yard, we all want to show off. We all want to go out there and show out and be able to tell a story with our bodies to the fans so they could see it. And people could get hurt. We are. I don't want to quote WWE, but we are backyard wrestling professionals. We take our time. We train for this. We're not superhuman, and we will get hurt if we fail to do our task. And well, and just for you guys, just for the fans to be able to see it and watch it and enjoy it, completely free. Free. Yeah. Completely free. Ain't nobody paying us to do this. We do this because we love to do it.
Right. And you guys always make sure to keep each other safe throughout the matches too, which some people in the pros don't. It's not good.
Yeah. Isn't that a shame, right?
Yeah, it is. You don't know what we're talking about, you just get on social media, Google Sexy Star, and you'll find out what we're talking about there. But moving on from that, I do want to mention, I believe they might have mentioned it during the match, or at the end of the match at Best in the Yard 3. That match technically was your first loss when you got beat by Zach Daniels in Backyard Wrestling, was it not?
Excuse me, come again?
You were undefeated going into that main event match against Zach Daniels. Were you not in the Backyard community?
I was in a couple of matches around the Backyard community, and WWE. I was in actually 2 matches in WWE. I don't know. People might count them. People might not count them. I was in the Rumble and
I was referring to
their Rumble. Yeah. And then I was in a match for the Underground Championship with Raven, Fat Jack, Bullet, myself, and Jason Atlas. And Usalo won that one. So if you want to count that as a loss, then whatever. But a singles competitor, I believe that is my first loss. And that you guys have seen in the backyard.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty impressive.
Are you trying to degrade me? Is that what you're doing?
No.
You're trying to lower my standard? Is that what it is?
Not at all, sir. Not at all. I'm just bringing up the
Well, you
fact
tried
that
wrestling at Best in a Yard. You try going to Best in a Yard and having a fucking hell of a match. Try busting your knees, man, and then come to me.
nope, not what I was doing at all, dear Yankee. I was just trying to bring up the point that you have one of, if not the best records when it comes to win-loss records in the backyard community.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I do. I do. You don't know why? Because I'm the best. Point blank.
Fair point.
Moving on.
All right. Moving on from that, I want you to name some dream matches that you might have of people that you haven't faced yet in backyard wrestling.
Excuse me? You asked me who do I like to face as a rematch?
No, in a dream match.
Oh, in a dream match. In a dream match. Ah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. People like Drew Hood, I guess. I mean, people ask me about dream match all the time and who I like to face. Well, there's a lot of guys that I like to face. One, Drew Hood being another. Jason Walker, if we could even remember him, being one. You know, but people have said, oh, well, I want to see Yankee versus Rick Rios. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not going to happen. So you might as well mark that off your bucket list because it's not going to happen. Why? Because me and Rick Rios are brothers. Son. Like this. Dream match. One of my dream matches that I always wanted to have was me versus Cameron Jackson, and look what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's happening in the near future.
It's going to happen.
King of the Yard gets up.
He better be ready.
Yep.
He better be ready.
See what happens with that. That kind of segues into one of my own little scenarios here that I created. We're putting you in an elimination chamber match. I want you to choose 5 other backyard wrestlers that you'd compete against and tell me who would be the last person you would eliminate to win the match.
Who will be the last one that I eliminate to win the match?
Yeah, after you name the 5 individuals that would be part of it.
All right, so 5 people. And this is if everybody was a singles competitor, 5 people. Rick Rios. Let me see. Rick Rios, TJ Sakara, Cameron Jackson, Drew Hood, and Nick Somas.
All right.
And of course, yours truly, me.
Right. So who would be the person that you'd last eliminate to win the match?
The first person that I'll eliminate?
Last.
Man, the last person that I'll eliminate to win the match?
Yep.
I don't know, man. CJE. Because you never know. Anything could happen. You never know. Anything could happen. Or it could be like, who knows? What if like it was me and Rick Rios? What if it was me and Somas? What if me and Drew Hood? I mean, I don't know. Last person to win the match, I definitely would not like to eliminate my boy, Rick. That's my boy. That's my brother. Somas, the same thing. My brother. But probably Cameron Jackson.
All right. So let's go from there. Say you've won this elimination chamber match. Therefore, you earn a spot at, let's say, Best in the Yard to face a champion of your choice. And it can be any competitor. It doesn't have to be a current champion. Just tell me who it would be that you'd face and for what title.
It could be anybody.
Anybody in backyard.
It could be anybody. All right, so I don't know. Maybe Nevon McDonald. I bet you wasn't expecting that, would you?
Not really.
Maybe Nevon McDonald. Me and Nevon McDonald, man, we're hell of competitors, man. And there's a war. There's a war between me and him accumulating. But gonna have to keep watching and find out what happens between me and Nevon McDonald.
So would that be for the BEW championship, would you say? Or what title would you say that would be for?
That would be career versus career, man. Wow. For the title, career versus career, fuck it. Let's throw it all in the line. I don't know.
Okay. Nice. All right. Somebody's being awfully quiet over there again.
It's good. He's doing his job.
All right. So I'm going to move on.
You all right, Martini?
I don't want to get sent out again.
Martini.
Oh.
What a nerd. What an idiot. All right, Tony. Let's keep it going, man.
Yep. What is the future of Yankee gonna hold for us that we don't know about right now for the rest of this year?
What is the future's gonna hold, man? You just gotta tune in and watch, man. You keep on watching. If you follow me as a backyard wrestler or as an independent wrestler, follow me and see what's gonna hold, man. You never know. You never know what could hold, man. And I'm everywhere right now. Me and Rick Rios are everywhere. It's like you said earlier. We're planning to go for tag team goal in different companies. So we're gonna be everywhere and anywhere we could be. So you might as well follow us and find out what are we up to next. You know what I mean?
Is there any specific tag team that you want to face and take the tag titles off of? Any one?
As right now, I'm focusing on DBW.
Okay.
That's my first goal. DBW tag team division. I want to go there and I want to be able to wrestle this new talent that I never wrestled before. And there's some guys on there that I already know personally, so it's gonna be a nice experience. But me and Ricky, we're setting on gold. We want gold. Weissman's once said, "We're coming for you." What's the line? We're coming for you, nigga.
Yep.
That's right.
I will say picking DBW first is, I would say, probably the best idea. They've got the most stacked tag team division in backyard wrestling, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, and if you wanna wrestle new up and coming talent and in the most stacked tag team division, how come you don't have the Murder Club in the tag team division? Put us in there. Let us fucking wrestle these people. Let us show these people what really wrestling is about. And who knows? But champions, whether you're the Outcast, the Brother Sneeze, whatever the fuck the names are, whatever you are, hold them tight. Those tag team, keep them warm, shine them real nice, because Rick Rios and Yankee TDM are coming for them motherfuckers. And you can't hide. You could run, but you can't hide.
Fair point. All right. So, moving forward from that, the next thing we'll probably see from you is King of the Yard. And is there anything else that we should know about that we'll probably be seeing you on very soon besides DDW?
There's going to be a lot of shows that I'm going to be a part of. It's still in the works. There's a lot of talk. VTW. I'm always going to go down to VTW. I love VTW. They're home away from home. DBW just became a home away from home. Who knows? I mean, who knows? UWE. I love UWE. So, I mean, we'll see where we go from there. We'll see what happens.
Anything worth going there for? Said if there's anything left worth going to UWE for now.
Who knows? All right. It is what it is. You just got to follow me and see where I'm going to be at next time. You never know.
And for anybody who doesn't know, you want to just leave your Twitter handle there?
Yes, at Yankee845. Follow me. Follow me. Yankee. Matter of fact, hold on. Wait right there. I got you.
Go for it.
Wait right there. Ready for this shit? Watch this. There it is. Boom. Right there. See it right there? You see it? Look at that right there. Yankee_845. Follow me on Twitter, man. I just have to do that because I'm an asshole. And that's what assholes do. Yankee_845. Follow me. Follow me if you want information about me. You're a fucking weirdo. You want to buy my socks? Hit me up on Twitter because I know there's weirdos out there in the backyard wrestling community that want to buy wrestlers' socks to smell them and sniff them. You fucking freaks. You can always follow me. And I'm always there, man. One keyboard away, brother.
All right. And yeah, I would definitely say make sure to follow you on Twitter. It's I might not always have the greatest of times with you on there, but
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Very interesting.
You never know what I'm gonna say next.
That is true.
Yeah.
So
And whatever you do, fire this guy, please.
No.
Is he crying?
No.
it almost sounds that way.
Okay, he's a fucking bitch. He's a bitch. I don't fucking like him.
So I just want to bring up just one more thing about BEW. You do have a relative, I guess you would call him, that works there called Carlitos.
Carlitos is not my relative. He's not. He's not my relative. He's a good friend of mine. Okay. It's a party animal. He's crazy, man. But he's awesome. He's a great friend. And for some reason, he says he's my relative. And a lot of people say he's my relative. I don't see it. But what can I say? Carlitos is Carlitos, man. Actually, I was hanging out with him probably like 2 days ago. So you have to go back to Puerto Rico. He has some court cases and some fines he got to pay or something like that. It's whatever. He said he was taking some girl named Trishelle or Trishie or something like that. I don't fucking know. But him and Arnold are always fucking arguing, and I cannot stand both of them. They're crazy. I could stand Carlitos more than Arnold.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Carlitos is definitely a character in his own right.
Hey, he's one of the best commentators in the whole backyard wrestling community. And don't get me started about that fucking trophy that he carries around and rubs it on your face every fucking often. You know what I mean? Right. And then he got, listen, this man went all the way to VTW and got in touch with Drew Hood and Big Time Mike and Cameron Jackson. Mm-hmm. I didn't see that guy for 7 days after that. 7 days, a whole week.
Yeah, and they must have partied down there.
Damn. Those guys are something else, man. Right. So, yeah, man.
So, it seems how you mentioned that you're going to be going back down to VTW. Do you think there's a possibility that one day, perhaps, if you and Rick Rios are both there, that we could see a Murder Club versus FTC match?
I would love to. I mean, I would love to give the fans whatever they want to get. You know what I mean? But it's not up to me. It's up to management. And if management wants to put it together, then they'll put it together. You know, it's whatever's best for business. Right now, again, I'm focusing on Tag Team Gold. I'm focusing on DBW. I'm focusing on my partner, Rick Rios. And, you know, we're looking to move forward and get the goal, sucker. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. I know I'm looking forward to having the rest of the Murder Club joining us here on a future episode of Tiger Talks Wrestling.
Yes. Yes. How come you haven't, man? How come you haven't brought us in here, man?
Hey, this is a start. I've got the top guy from the...
All right. I'll forgive you. This is cool. But one deal. When we come here, I don't want to see this guy. And if he's here, I'm going to... Wherever he lives, I'm going to go there and I'm slap the fucking taste out of his mouth. I fucking hate him. I don't fucking like him. No one bit.
Fair enough. I'll see what I can do for that.
No, you know what? Make sure he's there. Please make sure he's there. I want to see him in the same interview. Okay. He didn't do shit all his interview. Look, he's just quiet all this fucking time.
That quiet because I got...
Shut up, Martini. Unbelievable. Anyways, Tony.
Any last words that you've got for any of the future competitors or people that are watching, fans-wise, perhaps of yours?
Man, watch out, man. The last words, watch out. We're coming for you. If you have gold, hide it. Put it somewhere. Keep it safe. Because if we smell it, we're going for it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. We're going to go for it. Me and Rick Rios are in a warpath right now, and we're looking to take everything. So be careful out there. It's dangerous, especially when you're in Murder Club territory or when Murder Club's in your territory. So anyways, also follow me on Twitter, Yankee_845. I use pretty much every handle for Snapchat and other places. So if it's not an underscore, it's together. So 845, Yankee 845 or Yankee_845. Just follow me and you'll find out more about me and where I'm at next.
Fair enough. enough. I look forward to seeing what you and Rick Rios do as a tag team. Two powerhouses together. You guys are going to be pretty hard to beat, in my opinion.
Oh, thank you, Tony. I appreciate being here, and I appreciate your, your support and allowing me to come here and tell the fans what I do, or your fans what I do. Because people fucking hate me. I don't give a fuck if they hate me or not. I'm one of the best that ever did it in backyard wrestling, and one of the best to ever do it. So I don't lose sleep. So, anyways, thank you for having me, man. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it a lot. What's his name again?
Martini.
Yeah, hey Martini. Maybe next time, buddy. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know, man. Anyways,
You mean that?
shut up. Shut up. Thank you for having me, Tony. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you coming in for it.
No
Any
problem,
last words
brother.
for me, Martini? I'm going to take that as a no. So we're closing out.
Martini. He gone.
Yeah, apparently.
He gone. He gone. Boom.
Thank,
Mind blown. Over. No more Martini. Rest in peace, bro. Courtesy of the Murder Club.
Thank you once again for coming and joining for the third episode.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that.
Yankee. This has been Tiger Talks Wrestling. See you guys next time.